how to build mental toughness with Stoicism. Mental toughness is not something you're born with, it's something you build. And for a lot of people, it's not built in the gym, in a boardroom, or on a battlefield. It's built in the everyday moments when life doesn't go your way, when you're overwhelmed, when you're rejected, when you're afraid, and when you're on the edge of giving up. That's where Stoicism comes in. It's not just a philosophy, it's a toolset for training your mind, building resilience, and facing life with calm, clarity, and strength. The Stoics weren't interested in theories that only sound good on paper. They focused on what works. And when it comes to developing mental toughness, their teachings are brutally honest and unbelievably effective. The truth is, life isn't easy. People will hurt you. You will fail. Things will go wrong, and many of those things will be completely out of your control. The Stoics knew that. Instead of trying to control everything, they learned to master their own responses. And that's where real strength begins. So, what does it actually mean to be mentally tough? It doesn't mean being emotionless. It means having the strength to feel those emotions without being controlled by them. It means showing up, even when you don't feel like it. It means standing firm in your values when the world is telling you to back down. It means responding with reason instead of reacting with panic. Stoicism teaches you how to do all of that, one moment at a time. 1. Understand what you can control. One of the core teachings of Stoicism is the idea of control. Epictetus explained this through what's now known as the dichotomy of control. He taught that we must learn the difference between what is up to us and what is not. Some things are up to us and some are not. Epictetus. That may sound simple, but most of our suffering comes from trying to control what we never had control over in the first place. You can't control what people think about you, how they behave, or whether life is fair. But you can control your own thoughts, your reactions, and your choices. That's where your energy should go. The mentally tough person focuses on what they can control and lets go of the rest. 2. Journal for self-awareness. You can't be mentally strong if you don't understand your own mind. The Stoics knew the power of reflection. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most powerful men in history, kept a private journal to challenge himself and stay grounded. When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. Marcus Aurelius. Journaling isn't just about writing your feelings. It's about stepping back, examining your thoughts, and asking, is this helping me or hurting me? Over time, you begin to recognize your mental patterns and reshape them into something more useful. 3. Practice voluntary discomfort. Most people avoid discomfort at all costs. But the Stoics believed that leaning into discomfort makes you stronger. They didn't wait for hardship to hit, they trained for it. Seneca wrote about deliberately choosing simple meals and sleeping on the floor, even when he had access to luxury. Set aside a certain number of days during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare, with coarse and rough dress, saying to yourself all the while, is this the condition I feared? Seneca. When you choose to be uncomfortable on purpose, you become less fearful when life makes you uncomfortable against your will. You build a baseline of strength that can't be taken away when the world shifts around you. 4. Tame anger, don't feed it. Anger is a common emotional weakness. People often believe anger is a sign of strength, but the Stoics saw it as a loss of control. Seneca described anger as a form of madness. Anger, if not restrained, is frequently more hurtful to us than the injury that provokes it. Seneca. Mental toughness means being able to feel the rise of anger without letting it drive your decisions. It means learning to pause, breathe, and speak with clarity instead of rage. A strong mind is not easily provoked. 5. Use fear as a tool, not a master. Fear is one of the biggest enemies of mental strength. Most of the things we fear never actually happen. The Stoics trained themselves to imagine the worst-case scenario, not to dwell on it, but to prepare for it. This practice was called premeditatio malorum, or premeditation of evils. He robs present ills of their power, who has perceived their coming beforehand. Seneca. By imagining what could go wrong and mentally rehearsing your response, you weaken fear's hold on you. It no longer controls you because you've already dealt with it in your mind. 6. Live by values, not by emotion. Stoicism teaches you to anchor your life in principles, not feelings. Your values give you stability when your emotions try to push you around. Mental toughness comes from knowing what you stand for and sticking to it, especially when it's hard. When you live by emotion, you'll constantly be thrown off course. But when you live by values like courage, honesty, and self-discipline, you become someone that even your future self can rely on. 7. Accept reality, then respond. One of the most powerful Stoic teachings is acceptance. Not passive resignation, but a clear-eyed view of life as it is, not as we wish it were. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius. Mentally tough people don't waste energy resisting reality. They accept what is, then act within that reality to do the best they can. They don't blame, they don't complain, and they don't wait for life to be fair. 8. Practice gratitude for perspective. You might not think of gratitude as a strength, but the Stoics did. They often reminded themselves that nothing is truly permanent. Everything we love can be taken away, and knowing that makes us appreciate it more. Do not hanker after what you do not have. Instead, fix your attentions on the finest and best that you have, and imagine how much you would long for these if they weren't in your possession. Marcus Aurelius. Gratitude humbles the mind. It reminds you of what you still have when life feels difficult. It trains you to look for what is good instead of obsessing over what is wrong. 9. Build discipline through daily habits. Mental strength doesn't come from one big moment. It comes from hundreds of small decisions. The Stoics didn't wait for motivation. They built discipline through daily routines. They understood that repetition and structure shape the mind. Discipline looks like waking up early, even when you don't feel like it. Saying no to unhealthy habits, even when they're tempting. Showing up to do the work, even when no one's watching. These moments don't make headlines, but they build character. They train your mind to follow through, to be consistent, and to lead yourself no matter what. Mental toughness through Stoicism isn't about pretending to be unaffected. It's about being fully aware of your emotions, your fears, and your flaws, and choosing to respond with clarity instead of chaos. It's about recognizing that pain is part of life, but suffering from that pain is often a choice. If you want to become stronger, more focused, and more grounded, then Stoicism offers you a daily path to get there. Not by chasing intensity, but by practicing steady endurance. Not by avoiding problems, but by becoming someone who can face them head on. The best part is that this kind of strength isn't out of reach. You don't need perfect circumstances. You just need willingness, honesty, and practice. And in the words of Epictetus, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. That's the essence of Stoic mental toughness. Know who you want to be, and act like it every day. If you got some value out of this video, how about you smash the like button, as well as subscribe and hit the bell icon, so you can be notified when we upload more videos. Hey, while you're at it, why not share? And also leave a comment down below and let me know what you think of this video. Just so you know, on the top left-hand side of the screen, you'll see a video that I believe you might like. Below that is a video YouTube thinks you might like. And if you look on the right side of the screen, you'll see an image of my head. Now, if you click on that, you'll be able to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and bye for now.